before we get started, I want to say I'm doing a giveaway on Twitch for the Midnight expansion, and that ends on November 30th, or when I reach 50 subscribers on Twitch. All you have to do to be entered is follow me on Twitch, or if you subscribe to me on Twitch, you'll have a 10 times higher chance of winning. The link is in the description. The first thing I want to go over is macros. Um, there's three like essential macros that I think every Unholy DK player should have. And the first one is Death and Decay at player. It literally drops a Death and Decay at the player's feet, and it makes it easier because you don't have to worry about placing it. It's also good to have the normal one keybound somewhere in case you do need to place it somewhere. But yeah, it just makes it easier to get your Death and Decays out. Also, there's two other macros, mouse over kick and mouse over grip. They function the same. It just makes it to where you can hover your cursor over whatever you need to kick or grip, and it will kick or grip that target. It allows you to stay targeted on your primary target and not have to untarget and target something else to get the job done. The next thing I'm going to go over is talents. I'm going to just go over them quick because there's not really anything you can change no matter what dungeon you're doing. These are basically the high level Unholy DK talents. There are a few higher level Unholy DKs that play Sand Lane, but that spec is just less consistent because of procs of the Blood Beast. While it can perform pretty well, Rider of the Apocalypse is just more consistent. The playstyle of Unholy DK differs a little bit from Frost, and where if the tank has like massive pulls, like for instance the first pull in Gambit with Lust, a lot of times you'll get PI if there's a priest. It does peak higher than Frost in mass AoE, but Frost is a little more consistent, and it does perform slightly better than Unholy. But I think there's a few dungeons where Unholy outshines Frost, particularly Halls of Atonement and Priory of the Sacred Flame. I think them two dungeons is where Unholy really shines and where you can get the most benefit of Unholy over Frost. The toolkit of Unholy and Frost is the same. They both do damage on a minute and a half cooldown. And I think if it's mass AoE, Unholy will do more damage during his cooldowns, but less damage without cooldowns, where Frost is just consistent throughout. I'm going to quickly go over the gear for Unholy and the stat priority. Critical Strike is very important now because of the way your mastery works. So the two crafted items you want is your wrists and your hands, and you want them with Dawn Thread lining with crit mastery as stats. And you also want Cursed Stone Idol, which gives you a lot of strength, and it also gives you crit on use every minute and a half, which lines up with your Unholy Assault and your Legion of Souls. This is when you're going to be doing the most damage anyway, so it's a perfect on-use trinket. As far as stats go specifically, I think you want around 25% crit, you want around 30% haste, and you want around 65% mastery. I'm not exactly sure on that. I know I'm very close to what is necessary, but around them numbers is when you're going to perform the best. For the wraps, you want the pure precise fiber, which gives you critical strike. As far as gems and enchants go, now everyone's stats are going to be a little different because everyone's gear is a little different. But in general, I think you want some form of crit enchant on your ring, whether it be cursed critical strike or the other ones, a radiant critical strike. I think it gives less, but it also doesn't sacrifice other stats. I also gem crit and mastery on every slot. For your metagem, make sure you're using the primary stat and 0.15% critical effect. Of course, like I said earlier, your critical strike is very important due to your mastery, so you get a lot of benefit from this gem.
Now we will go over the AoE rotation. While the tank is gathering the mobs, you want to get at least 2 festering strikes out on a target. Next, you would use whatever unused trinket you have, ideally the Cursed Stone Idol, Apocalypse, Unholy Assault, Legion of Souls spam, Clawing Shadows, press Epidemic on Sudden Doom procs. Sudden Doom procs summon Magus of the Dead, which is your highest damage in AoE. Sudden Doom procs are a priority, and then spam Clawing Shadows. Once your dots fall off, reapply them with Outbreak. Reapply Festering Wounds with Festering Strike. Once the Mograine Death and Decay buff fades, drop your own Death and Decay and spam. Clawing Shadows, making sure to keep your dots and Festering Wounds up. For single target, it is almost exactly the same. The only difference really is you press Death Coil over Epidemic. You open with 2 Festering Strikes, then use an on-use trinket, Apocalypse, Unholy Assault, Legion of Souls, spam, Clawing Shadows, press Death Coil on Sudden Doom procs, make sure to keep Festering Wounds and dots on the target at 35% health apply, Soul Reaper on cooldown.
Thank you guys for watching my short little guide. I really appreciate it. Please like and subscribe, or give me feedback on what you would like to see. Yeah, I'll catch you in the next one.